and that means everybody. And it goes something like this.
Welcome back to the conversation that never ends. This is Timeless Talk, and this is season 3, episode 12. Yeah, man, it's been a fun season, huh? Lately so far, man. We've had some troubles though. We had a little bit of trouble,
technical difficulties, but you know, we travail.
We did. We traverse it, and we get through it, right?
That's right.
That's how we get through it. So, man, you know. We had to re-record this episode just so y'all know. This is the second take.
I was about to say, why this look like deja vu?
Because, man, we had a little traumatic situation that took place the last time we recorded the same episode, right? You know, the topics were so good, y'all. We couldn't let y'all go without us re-recording it because, right? Me and SlideShow felt.
Always a good one.
So, but before I even continue telling you guys that story, intros, man. How could I fucking forget, right? I'm over here making rookie mistakes today, man. That's how you know I'm off. Anyway.
We tired.
So me retire? Damn, bro. Of course, you know, I'm your host, AJ. Tuning my own horn right now. And then, as always, to my right, we have SlideShow. Yo. So anyway, back with that being done, let's get back to the program now. Properly continue the program.
That's right.
Yeah. So last episode, guys, we really enjoyed what we had going on for that episode, so we decided to, you know, redo it. The good news is, even though we lost that first take, we have a map now of how we're gonna go through this episode topic wise, right? To knock it out and make it
save a lot of time.
That too. And we a little bit on the crunch time again. For some reason, we on crunch time a lot. You notice that, man?
It's just
we gotta kill that trend.
It's just during the week. During the week is bad.
It's wild during the week, huh?
Because I'm at work when you're off.
Yeah,
you're at work when I'm off.
Basically, but we do have the same off days though.
Same off. That's the only. Yeah, that's the only good thing.
And I'll let them know what we're gonna do tomorrow. I'll let them know towards the end of the episode. I'll say like what we're gonna do. But anyway, and what episode that's gonna be part of. But anyway, you guys. Long story short, we had recorded the whole episode because you're like, what happened? First take. What happened? We were legit about to do the outro, and it was starting to get dark, and we were outside recording this outside. Remember that?
What you got against dark?
And fuck, man. Nah, man. I got nothing against dark. I like dark. You wouldn't be my co-host if I didn't like dark. Nah, man, but
that's right.
All jokes aside, man.
Cancel culture.
Cancel culture. Nah, man, but real talk. Basically, it was starting to get dark. We were in the backyard again. This time we were on a different spot though. We had the backdrop up this time and everything. And I asked SlideShow to go plug in the lights so we can get some light in our life, you know, to at least to finish the episode out with that. And then when he did that, it like short circuited the roadcaster or something happened, man. Where when he plugged into the jack, it sent like, I guess because the jack he plugged it into was above the one that was plugged for this was plugged into our device that we used to record. And the whole fucking thing just shut off.
That's a feature they should have had on this, though.
Like a fail-safe feature. They have it on the second one. See, that's another reason why we're going to upgrade. They have it, bro. But put in that wordsmith work of yours when you go over to get the braids, man.
What's her name?
Coop. Oh, sorry. Miss Pie.
Miss Pie, come on, stop playing.
She can play. I'm really not giving it to you guys now. Nah, man, but you know. So that it short circuited, it shut off the whole board, and we literally lost the entire hour and 30 or hour and 45 minute episode, man.
But a lot of it was just lag anyway.
Yeah, there was a lot of extra lag and cutouts and a bunch of bullshit. So we're going to cut all that fat out today anyway. So now it's all good.
That's good, yeah.
So today's topic, guys, and why we're hyping it so much, is a very interesting one. Has to do with, you know, the mysterious, the unknown. Time travel, or you could say time travel, but that's not really what it's called. We're gonna discuss two instances that SlideShow came up with that involve time travel. So in a hypothetical situation, of course, because time travel doesn't exist, unfortunately, at least that we know about, right?
At least that we know about.
At least that we know about, yeah. So in a scenario that it existed, right, and we all had our own, for the sake of being a Back to the Future fan. So for the sake of being a Back to the Future fan, let's say we all had a DeLorean, a time machine DeLorean from Back to the Future, right? You hop in that bitch, you go 88 miles an hour, you set the date and time to where you want to go, boom, and you go there. Remember in the movie, like Doc Brown, he's like, we witnessed the birth of Christ. Bro puts in December 25th, 0000. I started laughing like, bro, what the fuck? We witnessed the birth of Christ. I was just cracking up, bro. Bro puts in Christmas. But anyway, so you put in the date, right? You put in the time and you go there. We're going to discuss two instances. What time and year would you go back to relive it because you enjoyed it, right?
Yeah.
What experience have you had in your life to this point that you're like, man, I would love to redo that? Or relive that time in my life. It was just fun. It was a blast.
Yeah.
And then the second instance is going to be a time in your life where you had an opportunity, but you didn't take it.
Yeah.
Missed it. You missed it. You missed it. And you're like, fuck, if I can go back and do it, like redo it right, I would go back and do it in a heartbeat. What is it and why? Right?
That's right.
So, man, with that being said, I'll go ahead and let SlideShow start us off. And let us know, brother, what day, what year, what would you go back to and why would you relive it and why? Take us there. SlideShow.
All right, so as I didn't want to mess it up because we said we already recorded this. It just got. But
do you want to stick with that same one?
Yeah.
All right.
But we're in the DeLorean as we we're gonna need some of that as we said last time, and the last one that got deleted. Yeah. We saved some gas with the DeLorean because we went back to the same year.
Yeah.
But so we going back to 2013.
Polonium.
Yeah. So then we both go back to 2013. I would go back to the time where I went to Belize. If you go watch the Father's Day episode, and then I don't remember which quite though.
It was the first. It was the first episode of Timeless Talk.
Oh,
it was a reboot. It was the reboot, the season 1, episode 1.
Oh, okay.
About Belize.
You go there.
I asked you a coming of age story, and you brought that situation up.
Oh, so it was the first. Oh, it was the reboot.
First episode. Right, it was the reboot. That episode.
So you watch the reboot and the Father's Day special. You hear more about my trip to Belize and you know some of the things I went through. But I would go there because that trip for me in that time, in that sense, with the mindset I had back then. Keep in mind, we're going with the knowledge and experience we have now, just back to the.
Yeah, you're just going back in time to that time period, but you still have, now you know what the outcome was. You lived it. So now you go back with that knowledge.
Right. So, and we could interact with ourselves, right? It's
yes, we can. It's not like Back to the Future in a literal sense, because in those movies, right?
Yeah.
They would interact with themselves, but they couldn't do it too much or they would fucking. They could
alter around it, but they can't see them directly.
Because if they did, then that means they're going to change how their future ends up. And that person that you are, you're going to change because you're that future self.
So we can actually see ourselves in this instance, but
without it being detrimental or causing a paradox. Is that what he said? A paradox?
Yeah.
To destroy the fucking universe. You see yourself. Cause a paradox and all this shit.
I would go back. Well, okay. I would say I would go back to relive that moment. Like, so it's not like two of us there. Like me, I'll just go back to relive it with the knowledge I have now.
Yeah.
So I would go there and not so much think of it as a punishment, because although I did get sent there, maybe not so much as a punishment, but my mom couldn't watch me because she was always at work.
Yeah.
And, I was being detained, getting into fights, being a
ratchet kid.
Yeah, being the typical AV Kleincaster baby.
Oh, Kleincaster baby, Kleincaster.
Yeah. But no, that's the birthplace of I was always raised in a church, but then, as I've expressed in the past before, not just because you have a mom that take you to church means you're saved.
That's true.
You have a church background, but having a form of godliness but denying the fact thereof. But the fact that, I went over there with such a negative mindset, but, still came back so positive, I can only help but to imagine if I went over there with the right mindset, how much more further in the game I'd be when I came back.
Smart.
Although, I came back knowing right from wrong, leaving a lot of tendencies in the old past life, but I just can't help to imagine how much more further I'd be right now.
Facts. Wow. That's true. And it make you want, dang, dude, that's real. Cause You wonder now because like it would make you think, right? Because you experienced it, right? And back then you didn't really take it for what it was. You took it more as a punishment, right?
Yeah.
But so now you'd be able to appreciate it more is what you're saying, right?
So like to put in a better analogy, like, you go there and now you're 10 steps ahead of the game. But had you went there with the right mindset or what you know now,
so now you're returning
100 steps ahead.
You're returning with the right mindset now.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that makes sense.
See, now I'd be
wow.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's at least that's where I'd go back to.
So that's when you go back to. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right.
Do you have any questions regarding that?
Let's see. Do I have any questions? Yes, I do. And I think maybe we might have addressed this in the last one, so I'm going to address it now. How would you, because we can interact with ourselves, right? How would you interact with old SlideShow from that time? Would you tell them, hey, man, hey, bro, take this differently, bro? Like, would you try to school them to see it the way that you're seeing it in that moment, future you? Or would you let bro just take it in the way you took it back then?
Dang. Because you got to think about it. Because for the instance I just gave, that's if I went and replaced myself back then. But this time.
Exactly. This time you're advising your old self. That's probably pissed, weirded out, wondering why mama left after a week. And your ass is still there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I emphasized that in the last one too.
Yes, you did.
Oh, yeah.
And you emphasized, like, she ain't really going to leave. You emphasized it also in episode 1, too, to be fair.
Yeah?
Season 1, yeah. You're like, she ain't really going to go. And then she left, like, oh, fuck, this might be for real.
Hey, that shows how much, like, exaggeration was actually in the moment, though. Yeah. Like, so if I could put them in my shoes.
Yeah.
But I would, like I said, bro, like, I feel like for everybody, nobody knows how you feel or what you go through the most like a sibling, right?
Yeah, that's facts.
Because you guys grow, even if you guys don't go throughout the whole day together, at the end of the day, you guys come back home and still share grief.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I were to see myself, I look at myself like as a sibling, like in a sense, like that's me, but that's not me, right?
Yeah.
But I would tell myself, like, hey, trust the process. Don't look at it as, you know.
You would tell yourself this. That's what you would advise yourself.
Yeah. It is what I told myself. I said, trust the process. Don't worry about who likes you and who don't like you. Because that's the thing, man. When you grow up with like a dad, or you grow up with a low self-esteem when you don't have like both parents in the household, you think, what's wrong with me? Did I do something wrong? You
start to wonder things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And especially then, like, I haven't seen those family members since like I was maybe 12 or younger. Yeah. So like they don't know me. So everybody just look at me like the black sheep, right? Yeah. So don't worry about who like you. Don't worry about who don't like you. Don't look at it as a punishment. Nobody cares for you. Look at it as, separation to get your head straight.
Do you? No, I know that's perfect. I love how you worded it too. Yeah. Do you think you would get through to yourself, talking to yourself like
Definitely.
that?
Because
like you would have your attention, right? After hearing that. Okay.
Like I said, because if that me,
well, sorry, I'm going to cut you off. You even know how you would need to talk to yourself to get through to yourself, right?
Right. See, but like that's like even now, like if we had like our 50-year-old self come talk to us, yeah. But it's like the thing is is that
really me? Yes, you are.
I don't know. See, but the thing is like you look at yourself, and a lot of times, what do a lot of ignorant people say? Nobody can judge me but God. Like, you don't know what I've been through. You can't talk to me. But now you're looking at yourself. Yeah. Oh, I do know what I've been through. That's like your conscience. You can't lie to your conscience.
No.
Right.
You play yourself.
Right. It's like you're talking to your conscience. So it's like you have to take their word for it. No, how could you not? Or you know it to be true, but then the decision's ultimately up to you if you're gonna follow it or not.
That's facts.
So it's like I think I would. I would. I'd listen, because I'm like, I'd be completely vulnerable to myself. You can't lie to yourself.
I mean, you can, but you'll know you full of shit.
And a lot of people actually do that. They lie. They tell themselves a lie until they actually believe it. Like, oh, he'll eventually change, and they finally believe it.
It's a real thing.
But I think I would.
I like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what I tell myself. Yeah.
What?
That's what I'll tell myself.
Good. I like that. Okay, cool. I like that, brother. Yeah, man. I like that. Yeah, everybody's fucking with it. They like it too. I like that. Okay. So for me, mine would probably be something along the lines of, I think originally in the first take I said, I would probably like go back to my time in 2013 where we took a really badass, fun Christmas trip to Orlando.
2013,
Florida.
right?
Yeah, to Orlando, Florida. Because man, that was such a dope trip, bro. That trip, man, it was in the car. We didn't fly over there. And at the time I lived in Texas. For those of you that don't know me on a personal level, there was a time where I lived in Texas. Well, anyway, sent me something that was funny. Anyway,
this guy.
Yeah, no. So, I lost my train of thought. I got it now. So yeah, that time was so fun for me, man, because not only was it dope that we took a trip. At the time, I lived in Texas. For those of you that don't know me personally, I lived in Texas at the time in 2013 until like mid 2014. I lived there for about a year and some change.
And you said this is the family that you're really close with, right? You really enjoy.
That I was gonna go visit. The ones I lived in Texas with are my mom's side of the family. I still love them, obviously, but I'm just not as close to them as I am my dad's side.
Oh,
so I was really excited to see them. You know what I'm saying? I love my mom's side of the family. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to them. They know who they are. My uncle, aunt, like my cousin. She's very small. My mom's side of the family. She has one sibling, a brother. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And my grandmother. So I lived out there with my grandmother and hung out with them a lot. But I took the trip with them, and we got in their car. We remember we all pitched in. We got a van. It was pretty badass, bro. We got a van. Drove from Central Texas all the way over to Florida. Badass trip. Cut through Louisiana. 20 hours or so. Yeah, we cut through Louisiana, bro. I got me a fucking hand grenade from New Orleans. That's like their famous really drink that'll fuck you up type of shit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's like a legendary drink, bro. I think it's called the hand grenade or the turtle grenade or some shit.
Messed you up.
Fuck yeah, dude. That shit was strong. But anyway, it was a cool ass time, man. We went through there and then I couldn't get too lit because I'm with my grandma, bro, and my uncle and shit. Like they're the ones that we're in the car with. So he didn't care about me drinking. It was mostly her. Old fashioned lady, man. I love my grandma. Shout out to her. But she just like a little too much sometimes, man. Anyway, aside from that,
I miss her, by the way.
She's doing good, man. She's coming back out here like in a month or so.
Good.
Yeah, she can come visit again.
Hey, I haven't seen her in a while.
You gonna see her again soon, man. Probably within the month. We'll be here in time for the birth of my second child.
They probably think we just do the podcast, bro.
And that's it.
Yeah, we do this, man.
We do life, bro. Right?
They're like,
we do life.
They're like, oh, what do you mean?
No, we really. What do you mean? Bro, yeah. This is not just my co-host. This is my brother right here, bro. Right?
Yeah, we having dinner. And all that.
Oh yeah, we having dinner together. We been hanging out, bro. Having shit. We got some Dutch bros before we recorded this today.
Oh yeah.
We do life, bro.
You killed
together.
that, by the way.
I did. But we wanted to
shout out to Dutch bros.
They ain't
free
paying
drinks.
us, but some free drinks. You know what I'm saying?
Stickers, yeah.
And stickers too. They did give us stickers. I was gonna put it on the set today, but I was like, no, I gotta give them free promo. That fucking grab it. It's over there on the stove. We'll just put it up on the screen real quick. Oh, you see it? It's right there. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, there's that. We took the trip. It was fun, man. We went to Florida. That's the sticker right there. SlideShow got it right there for y'all. That might be a little too. Yeah, that's really close, bro. They got to see what the fuck that is, bro. Oh shit, that's the sticker right there. Yeah, they can see it. See, bro, gonna put.
Yeah, bro, built white from the shoulders down.
Really is, man. It's a weird sticker, man. It's a fucking horse, right? It's a horse holding a new drink up to the sun. I don't know, man. It's
some
weird
socks and slides on.
It's a weird sticker, man. Nah, but yeah, like I was saying, it was a cool trip, man. We went over to, we went to the Florida, went out there. I have family, my dad's side of the family, which I am closer to, who I grew up loving and being close to. Richard, Jordan, Ariel. Shout out to you guys. My uncle Richard, my tia Lisette. I love them, man. I'll say their government names because they're it's my family, man. I love them. They're great people, man. Really excited to see them. I haven't seen them in years. You know what I'm saying? At the time too, I was like really pumped about seeing them. Me and my cousin Richard used to be like this, man. We still close, but back then he knows. That's why,
is it one of those things where
he felt like a second brother, basically?
Is it one of those things where you guys don't talk every day, but then once you come back,
it felt like it was
once
just
you
yesterday.
Get together,
it's like we never lost any time.
That's
so he was, that's Richard, man. Shout out to you, brother. I know you watch our podcast too, so shout out to you, Richard. But yeah, bro, he is like a second brother to me. So I'm really excited to see them. Really excited to visit them because they're like a second family to me, legit. Even though they're extended family, you know what I mean? They're like a second immediate family, But anyway, that trip was cool because not only was I visiting them, but we went to Disney World. I experienced Disney World for the first time, bro. I experienced fucking Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure, Orlando Universal Studios out there. And there are Universal Studios out there, which you're about to experience in a day or two, which we're going to talk about at the end of the episode in detail. that is an actual studio. Our Universal Studios is actually still used for film. They still record movies and TV shows there actively.
Do they? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you're going to go on a tour. When we go, you're going to experience the tour and see for yourself.
Question.
But the one in Orlando does not. They don't film nothing there, bro. That's an actual just theme park.
For the record, you were schooling me last time we recorded. That didn't stave. Where did that nigga get ran over by that rock?
The Rock.
Indiana Jones.
Oh, that was in Orlando. Yeah. So Indiana Jones, man, I'm a big fan of Indiana Jones. I know SlideShow, like, you know a little bit about him, right? But I started schooling him. Not really. I'll take it back. He didn't know shit about him.
Yeah. No.
So I had to explain to him who he was. You know, Harrison Ford. Shout out to you, bro. That's a legend right there, man. He played an iconic character. You know what he looks like, right? Wears a fedora, has a bullwhip.
Is he old now?
He's older.
He's old now. Yeah.
He's old now. You've seen him, right? He wears a leather jacket.
Well, because I've seen the one with Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking. He was old in that movie, but the original ones. Bro,
Same
was
character?
young, same character, same actor, same character, just young and in his prime.
So how long he been in that franchise?
Fuck, since the 80s, I think, early 80s.
Oh, bro, did not let it
No,
go.
he didn't let the role go. Which, you know, I respect it, though, because it's an iconic role, bro. I cannot picture a different person being Indiana Jones.
Well, even though
He's a legend,
it looks
bro.
like a good movie, bro, it looked like that movie's underrated.
Which one?
Indiana Jones.
It is underrated.
Like nobody talks about that. Like nobody brings that up.
Nobody from this era, because they don't know about it. He's an old hero, bro, from like the 80s. They were probably talking about that shit in schoolyards back then. I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe. I have to ask my pops about that one, because, you know, he was actually the big fan. My dad's a big fan of Indiana Jones, yeah. He liked the whole franchise. We bought him the whole DVD box set because he's a big fan of it. He loves it. I love it, too.
So I
gave it a chance.
80s
and I gave it a chance. And I
watched all of them?
I watched all of them. Clean. They
So
still
they were
hold up
black
to
and
today.
white? Were they black and white?
No, they're in color. It ain't that old, bro. Come on.
No, because but for some movies, that's still the style. So
that is still style. Yeah, that's what you're saying. No, this is in.
style.
And the crazy thing is, that era takes place, without going too far from the topic, it takes place in the Nazi times, bro. So bro is not only looking for artifacts. The first couple movies. Actually, all of them. All of them are against the Nazis, bro.
Really?
Yeah, there's a new one that's coming out. By the way, there's a new one coming out this year in June.
What Nazis are like Germans?
I think it might be Nazis again, or it might be the Germans. But, no, the Germans are Nazis. Yeah.
No, but because is Nazi still a thing?
I was getting to that. So it takes place back during World War II.
Which is where the Nazis come from, but now just like kind of more towards the Germans.
Yeah, now I think so. I don't know what the new narrative is for this one. I still think that this new one that's coming out still takes place back there. Because think about it, bro's not going to live to be 130, 150. They got to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? We got to make this make sense. They took place back in the World War II times. So if you look it up, that's the era that Indiana Jones is from, bro.
So all the movies is during that
time frame. So I believe this one, and guys are gonna rip me apart out there. The new one that's coming out is supposedly, I think, in the 60s or 50s. I don't know. Yeah, I have to look it up. Sorry, I'll tell you more about it when I look into it, bro. But I know that it took place during World War II. Because I don't want to spoil it for you, but during one of the movies, he's dressed up as a Nazi, like undercover, and bro runs into Hitler on accident.
Really?
Yeah, and he has a book in his hand. It's the third movie. It's when they're looking for the Cup of Christ. Bro runs into Hitler on accident, bro. He looks at him like this, like, and he's like, oh, Indiana's like, fuck, look who it is. Bro thinks he just wants a fucking autograph. Hitler takes the book from him. He's like, signs it, sticks it back in his hand, and just moves on. Because he looked like a soldier. He looked like a fucking German Nazi, bro. He was wearing a German Nazi uniform, undercover. He didn't know who Indy was.
Bro. I got my
so that scene alone was like, oh, fuck, huh?
I got my terms mixed up. I'm hearing Nazi, but I'm seeing the white capes and cloaks.
Nah, bro, those are fucking KKK, Ku Klux Klan motherfuckers, man.
Yeah,
they do use swastikas too,
right?
But the original person who used them were the Germans that followed
the
Hitler.
actual soldiers,
the actual soldiers and shit. They actually had them as like armbands. They wore that shit. That was their shit, bro. That's how the German army would wear those.
Do you know what that stands for?
It used to mean peace.
That's the crazy thing.
They took it, and it's like, I think he took that and perverted it.
Yeah,
and made it into what it is today. Unfortunately.
Yeah. You're
right, you guys. If you guys didn't know, the swastika actually used to stand for peace. That logo was a sign of peace, and I think that Hitler took that shit. He burned it in hell, bro, for sure. But anyway,
that's like the cross and the upside down cross. But we're not gonna get into that.
We can't get to that right now. No. Then moving forward, Indiana Jones was cool. I had to school him on it because he looks for biblical artifacts. I told SlideShow in the very first movie, Covenant. He looked for the Ark of the Covenant. Which, by the way, is my dad's favorite one, the first one. It kind of is arguably my favorite one, too.
It usually is the first movie.
The first movie was solid, bro. And he goes to the Ark of the Covenant.
It sets the standards.
It does. Yeah. And he's an archaeologist, a badass archaeologist, bro, that can survive some crazy shit. which is why I want you to ride the fucking ride at Disneyland, man. That shit is badass. The iconic boulder is
Not
from that movie.
Is it Disneyland?
Disneyland, bro.
I
Yeah.
never said Orlando Studio.
No, Orlando has a stunt show. That's the one he's saying. The boulder he's talking about, Bro gets ran over by the boulder. It's a stunt show. They have a stunt show at Orlando, and it's
I was laughing. I thought Bro died.
Yeah, no, it's part of it. That's why he said we run on the set like, hey, no. That was actually him messing up, but it was a joke. Like he fell into a foam pit, and then the fucking boulder went over him.
Oh, but they thought it was real?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. They did it. Oh, get him. He's like, I'm good. He pops up like, I'm good after it. And that was just part of the stunt show.
Stupid.
So they have a stunt show in Orlando, Florida at their Disneyland, but which they call the Magic Kingdom over there. But in Anaheim, we don't have a stunt show out here, but we have the ride, which I think the ride is better. Personally, the ride is badass. Hell yeah, the ride is badass. The stunt show is cool. You got live action. You got a live guy dressed like Indiana Jones, doing all the stunts and shit. And it's crazy because Indiana Jones, what he's known for, bro, when you walk into a tomb, they're booby trapped. Yeah. Motherfucker. He knows what to look for. Bro, literally in the front of the first scenes without spoiling too much, he's like this, going around the light beams. Like he's going around them. Because then he's like, he stops the guy that's with him. He's like, stop, watch. Puts his hand in the light, and then fucking daggers come out, bro. Like come out of the walls. He's like, see? Just follow me. Calm down. And follow. Bro's known for that. He's a lit, bro. It makes him like, oh, this was a badass. Like that. He's not just a boring archaeologist. Bro's a badass. Like he'll go into a tomb and he's just like checking floors and you know what I'm saying? He knows what to look for on the walls. Like bro can read hieroglyphics. Like, and his look is just iconic. He wears the fedora. He has a bullwhip, wears a leather jacket. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like his look is just like, this motherfucker's I'm going into a tomb with him, bro. You know what I'm saying? At least I'll survive with him. I know bro knows what he's doing.
Bro said I'm following him.
So, huh?
Bro said I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah, well, not like that, but you know what I mean. If I'm gonna go into a tomb, I'm gonna go with him.
Somebody know what they're doing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, not follow him in that sense, but you know what I mean. Follow him as in, bro gonna keep me out of keep me alive if I go into a tomb with him. You know what I'm saying? Bro knows what he's doing. But yeah, that's basically what his character is. But anyway, that's beside the point. Yeah, so I would love to relive that just because it was badass, man. A cool time. You know what I'm saying? I got to see 4 different parks because they got 4, not just 2. Like, and out here, Disney World out there, Disney World is like 4 parks, bro. One big ass downtown Disney with like lakes, surrounded by lakes, and it's 4 separate parks. So we experienced that. We did New Year's at Universal Studios Orlando, which is not a studio lot. That one's strictly just a theme park, which is why I think they get better shit than ours. Arguably, I would say Universal Orlando gets better shit than Universal Hollywood because Super Nintendo World, which we're going to review in the future, I'm going to have to save this for the review. And I'm going to let SlideShow experience it with me tomorrow, and then I'll see what he thinks when I say the words that I'm going to say instead of Super Nintendo World.
Hey, I'm going this nigga Ouija, bro.
You should, bro. Yeah, bring him back. I'm bringing the hats. I'm down to rock the hats, bro.
Imagine,
we kind of have to, bro. They'll let us wear them.
With the wife beater?
You should bring him back. Whoa!
I'm down.
They be like, yo, let's do it. You know?
And it's about to be hot?
It is hot. Hey, bro.
I'm down.
And we're gonna be, hey man, we're gonna do a blog for you guys. I don't want to spoil it. We'll tell you a little bit at the end of the episode here. But anyway, spending too much time. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep moving the episode. So basically, long story short, that happened, and then I was gonna say, so I would relive that time in my life just because it was so fun, bro. Even though it wasn't a studio, like I still think Universal Studios Orlando is a better theme park because it's all theme park. It's not just, all right, guys, gotta be quiet now. Like on the tram tour, they're like, okay, they're doing live filming, which is pretty badass. Sometimes they'll drive by a set. It's called a live set or a hot set.
Is it a movie set?
Yeah. And you'll see the fucking cameras and the lights out, and it's like, whoa, kind of like our setup that we had before.
They're literally filming a movie?
Literally filming a movie, so you have to shut the fuck up. They'll even turn the tram off sometimes. Really? Yeah, bro. Snap. And you get to see them filming a scene. So, see, he doesn't know, guys, because he's never been there.
I've never been there.
So that's why I'm excited for him to witness and experience all this for the first time, and I get to be there with my boy when he experiences it, which is why I'm hyped about it. But that's the Universal. So there is a benefit. Don't get me wrong. It is a dope park. The one we have is dope, but I just think the one in Orlando is better for theme park reasons. Like, they have more attractions. Like,
129.
Their Super Nintendo World is going to be bigger than ours. They're going to have a Donkey Kong fucking cart ride that we're not going to get, which I'll delve into more in our Super Mario episode. I'll save that one. But basically, that was why I relive it. I had a great time, man. It was a great time in my life. Great time catching up with my cousins. I spent Christmas with them. It was a great time. That's why, real straightforward, man. Just enjoying theme parks and the scenery and the country and being on the East Coast, really, because I never really been on the East Coast before that. I grew up on the West Coast, so it was just.
Is that the only time you visited over there on that side? That's the only time you visited?
It's been a while, yeah. That's probably the last time. I lived up there for almost 2 years, and I was on that side of the map for almost 2 years.
But Texas or Florida?
Mostly Texas, so still kind of central west, I guess. That's like mid. Texas is a weird state. It's so big, you guys. It could be its own fucking country. Texas is, you notice that it's like at a
I think
central
they're trying to go independent.
They are. They're actually trying to become a country. I remember hearing a lot of that shit back in 2013 when I lived there.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
And I don't blame them. It's fucked up. It's a fucked up world, bro. Oh, fuck. Babe, where are you? That's okay. Poor baby. I'm sorry. Are you okay? Did you finish your shower? Were you able to finish it? Okay. It's good. We love you, mama. Mwah! I love you, Cheetah. I love you, Cheetah. Sorry about that, guys.
That's
my
our
daughter.
guest, my niece.
Special guest, SlideShow's niece, aka my daughter.
Baby Duchess.
Baby Duchess over there. Love you, baby girl. Love you, Cheetah. Mwah! I call my daughter Cheetah. That's her nickname. All right, anyway, hashtag leave it in.
All she needed was mommy. That's it.
That's all she needed, mommy.
I was the same way.
She made a quick little appearance. She woke up from a nap, so she came out here frantically. Like how I felt when I woke up, my parents were gone. I thought the rapture happened, and my ass got left behind.
Bro,
I thought my ass got left behind, bro. I was like, oh no, God don't left my ass.
And this is us at like 4 or 5 years old, man.
Yeah, man. Then I thought the rapture happened, bro. I was like, oh fuck, bro. My thing just left my ass. She woke up right now in a frantic. She's like, where the fuck are my parents at? Where's my family?
There, done that. It's
yeah,
okay.
man. She wandered into the studio right now looking for us.
Right, she came running through Universal Studios. Huh?
She did, brother. Like, where's dad at? Where's my papa? Nah, but that happened, and man. So back to what we were saying, like it was a cool time, man. It was different because those theme parks are different, but I mean, as far as Disney goes, man, it wasn't too different. There are two of those theme parks are what we have here. They're literally a carbon copy. They have different names, but they're the same shit. Magic Kingdom is Disneyland. Pretty much the same layout, the same. Only difference is where the Indiana Jones ride is out there. That's where the stunt show is out there. Out here we have the ride. There they have the stunt show. Here we have everything else that they have here. We have their Small World, all that shit. The castle. Oh, the castles are different. We have Cinderella's castle. No, we don't. We have Sleeping Beauty's castle here in Anaheim, and it's actually smaller. Which is weird because it's the original castle. So you would think you would think this park would be the one that gets Cinderella's castle. No,
no love.
We get the fucking Sleeping Beauty's castle, which is smaller. In Orlando, they get Cinderella's castle, which is actually noticeably bigger.
They said, what you need beauty for? You about to be asleep.
In Anaheim? Yeah, they did say that, bro, because they literally just like, y'all getting the smaller fucking Sleeping Beauty castle and you're going to love it, whatever. Who knows? Maybe Walt Disney just favored that story more than Cinderella's story for some reason. But anyway, they got the bigger castle in Orlando and we have a smaller Sleeping Beauty one. I think the fireworks shows are badass. They're the same at both parks. I think if you see them in Anaheim, you'll see them in Florida. They're the same.
Okay, I got another question for you.
But anyway, that's it. Yeah, as far as go ahead, what else you got?
When you went, then I'm assuming I don't know what age you were, but I'm assuming you were single. So
I was single. Yes.
So do you think you would enjoy it more in that sense, or now that you have a girl and a child, you'd enjoy it for their sake, like they're enjoying it, so I'm enjoying myself?
That's a good question, man. I say that's a transition now that I'm starting to understand better. Like, especially when you become a parent for the first time, you understand now. You see how their eyes grow and they get lit up and they're excited.
They're gonna remember that. They know that. Yeah, they're gonna remember.
Oh yeah, especially when they see characters that they grew up watching.
Yeah,
they see them like, oh, they think it's the real one. Even though it's a person in the costume, they don't know that.
They don't know that.
They're fucking, oh, mom, I want to take a picture. That's
how you protect their innocence too. Yeah,
I'm not gonna kill it and tell them that it might be a pervert in a costume.
Even though it could.
It could be, but I'm not gonna fucking suspend the disbelief. Like, that's not really Elsa, baby. Or actually, you know what? I can't say that because at least Elsa, you could tell it's a woman. They don't have to wear a costume. Right. It's a woman. You can see a flesh and blood woman. Oh, that's really a princess. That's really Now, a better example. Canceled, bro. Disney gonna pay to get us canceled. Nah, but to go aside from that, bro, I was gonna say, a better example would be like an Olaf, right, or a character that has to wear a getup, like or a Jessie from Toy Story, or someone like Buzz Lightyear, or Woody. You know what I'm saying? That might be a pervert in a costume. You can never tell, or Stitch, or whoever's out there. But you can't think that way going there. Oh no, it is what it is.
No, they do something like Monsters Inc. Like
or
like Sullivan. Yeah, like
bro, what's up, man? Yeah, that's a walking carpet, bro.
Yeah.
But he's cool. But I would hope the guy in that costume isn't a fucking creep.
Or it could be a woman.
It could be a woman. You're right. It could be a big ass woman, fucking built like Hulk. You know what I'm saying? To feel, bro. Come on, you're gonna hire a woman to play Sully? I would think a woman would be more likely to get Mike Wazowski's fucking job.
His girl?
You know,
His girl?
Yeah, to play her or even to play his short ass. You know what I'm saying?
What was her name?
I forgot.
Smoopsy Poo? Or was that him?
That was his name, bro. Celia, I think, or Sylvia, or Celia. Celia, I think. Celia was her name. Yeah. Shout out to Celia.
Go on with your bad self.
Yeah, man. It was cool because, for Sweethearts Night, that Valentine's Day event, you start to see characters that are rare that never come out. Stitch, you know what Stitch is, right? He has a pink girlfriend, a pink version of him. Yeah. Did you ever know that? Yeah. She shows up on Valentine's Day. You don't see that often. Jasmine came out. You don't really see her often. From Aladdin. Fucking Mulan came out. I was like, damn, I don't never see her Asian ass come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just funny to see. You see rare ass characters that don't ever really come out like that, you know?
They brought out Yzma.
Oh, bro, that'd have been fucking hilarious. They should have. They did not bring that bitch out on Valentine's Day. Hell no. She is Disney,
she ain't
though.
got nobody.
She didn't have nobody. That bitch did be alone. It ain't Kronk. Kronk don't count.
Unless she go with Kronk.
Kronk didn't even bro, you know he wasn't hitting that crusty ass. I mean, if he would
We did so good before that came out.
Oh, Yzma.
Yo.
Man, we met her fucking human doppelganger. Yo. If I didn't work there anymore, I would leave it in.
Oh,
I can't. I gotta take it out, bro. But anyway, yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. Honestly, that's why I'll wrap it up. Like, it was cool. Cool experience. It was different enough on the East Coast and the West Coast to really enjoy that, man. But I think it's a good time now to transition over to the second part of all this, which is what time would you travel back to redo it and actually take the opportunity that was presented to you. Take us there, SlideShow.
Or this one is the opportunity we didn't see.
That's
right?
what I just said. But you
No,
listening?
I'm
talking
tired.
on the same podcast?
I'm tired. Yeah, no, we're not right now.
I know we ain't.
We're not right now.
We're not on the same wavelength.
I'm already
too.
on my Friday shift.
I'm
I work graveyard, y'all.
He does, y'all. So that's why SlideShow takes off. If you guys notice, sometimes like the last episode, the Easter episode,
takes off early.
He left halfway through the Easter episode for the same reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
We usually record on Fridays for this reason, but that's all good.
But it's all good. But okay, so
if we got something planned tomorrow, that's why we ain't doing it tomorrow.
Like I said, the Delorean saving gas.
Yes, the Delorean saving gas.
Once again, because you're forwarding over to 2017, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I am.
Yeah.
Too.
So we both actually decided so me and SlideShow on the first cut, you guys didn't see this because the first cut got deleted, unfortunately. In that cut, well, me and SlideShow actually found out that the person that in the situation he wanted to jump on and captivate and do something differently on, it happened to be in the same year that I was going to travel back to. Right, Slide?
That's right.
So with that being said, my boy is traveling to the same year as me, so that DeLorean is going to save some plutonium.
That's right.
We're saving some plutonium on this trip. We both hopping in and going to the same year.
Right. We went to 2013, now 2017.
Yep, and my event took place in 2017. So boom, boom, right. We both in the same year. Stick us there, SlideShow. What exactly did you want to?
Damn, let's get into it.
Approach differently, yeah. And how did you want to do it?
So there was a time where, bro, I don't know why everything just revolves around going back to Belize. Everything. Yeah. So when I went back to Belize, yeah, right. So then when I eventually came back from Belize, I went over there for a year, 7-8 months, and there was only one friend particularly that I was looking for once I got back, once I touched base, and it was the same friend that seen me at my going away party.
Yeah.
So like I thought, I'd look for him first thing back, and I've been kind of asking around. He wasn't at home. Everybody's telling me he went MIA for some reason. Long story short, I went over to his place where he used to stay at, and I would take a lot of walks around the neighborhood, and sometimes I'd see his dad outside, sometimes I'd see his stepmom outside. I just walk past. Sometimes I'd say something, sometimes I wouldn't. As children, his mom, I'd see, the mental, the physical abuse that his mom would place on him.
Yeah.
And as a kid myself, I just wouldn't know how to respond. So, that kind of always followed me. But he looked up to me as a bigger brother. I was always kind of sensitive to his to what he was going through, because I know his mom passed away at a young age, and it gave him a lot of mental mental problems. Yeah, anger issues. So I always felt like it was my duty to take care of him. But so I got back. There was one time I was walking. I was never able to track him down, but I heard that that he went homeless. I heard a lot of this, a lot of that. Just couldn't put a finger to the truth.
Crazy.
My brother said he ran into him one time. I seen his dad one time. I was walking past the house, just walking, going for a walk, and his dad thought I was him, and like he kind of postured up because it was like sunset time, and I got closer.
Yeah,
and he seen it wasn't him. I asked, hey, where's Davion? I haven't seen him in a while. Is he okay? And then his dad just made a face like, kind of like, and just shook his head. And
that's terrible.
Yeah, and I'm like, I didn't know what that meant.
You knew it was bad though.
Yeah, so, fast forwarding, I think a year had went past, and I came and knocked on the house door again, or rang the doorbell just to be, curious. I haven't seen them since then, but
yeah,
rang the doorbell, and his stepmom, which is the one that used to abuse him, said that his dad had passed away from COVID. So like that was a shocker.
Damn.
And that supposedly Davion was homeless. So then I actually ran into him one time in LA, out of all places, like just randomly on the train. I had just got off the train. I see a homeless guy. Standing there with all black on. You tell the black is kind of faded, like that faded red color.
Like it had been in the sun a little bit.
Yeah.
They caught some sun.
And he had a big black backpack on.
Yeah.
So like all black, but just all faded.
Fuck.
And then I froze where I was standing, because like there's just a homeless person right there standing looking at me, and I didn't recognize him. Because he had all this. Last time I seen him, he only had this, but now he
fully grown in,
full beard.
Damn.
And for some reason, I was able to filter that beard away. Like kind of like on TV screen where something's there, then it just goes away.
Yeah.
I see straight past the beard.
Wow.
And I seen him. And my eyes opened wide. I looked at my eyes open wide. And then I guess he could tell my facial expression. When he seen that, then he continued to walk up to me. And then, man, he kind of he didn't smell too bad, but he had a homelessness smell. That homelessness smell, like the way when I smelled him, I didn't smell a homeless person. I smelled a hopeless person. And I was like, hey, this is my brother, man. I'm not about to play pretend like I don't want to touch him. I gave him a hug. Man. Like, I don't know the last time this nigga had a hug.
That could do wonders. You have no idea how much that could save someone. It could save a life.
It could.
Showing that kind of love to someone that's that down and out.
Man.
And they're really down and out, man. Man,
let me wrap this up, man. But what I would change in this scenario, I can't really go into depth because of time, like how I did with the recording that didn't save. We got on the bus together. We were on the way to my job. He didn't have anything to do, so he just came with me. And I took him to Subway, and we had lunch together. I told him to get whatever he wanted. He got a sandwich. He was stuttering with everything. He like, can I have cheese? Like, you could tell like the drugs messed him up, or like he has like the mental issues increased or something like that. And man, after we had lunch, I had some free time, so we spoke for a little bit. After that, I had to, like, my job was literally across the street from the Subway. So, man, but that whole day, man, it just tormented me. I was like, if I could do something different, I would have called out that day.
Wow.
I'd called it and made sure, like, I'd have made it made sense. But, like, I've been praying to God to like seize that opportunity. It finally came, but I feel like somehow I just let it completely go away, like get away from me. So that's like in that day, bro.
But see, that's tough because you can't really blame yourself for that,
man. Well, that's the thing. If you pray for something, though, you got to be able to be able to take it once it comes.
That makes sense.
But I don't know, man. I feel like I could have done that better. Like it was my obligation as a friend that he trusted for 1, 2, and that knew his background. So
you don't think you think that if you might have done something, it might have been a different outcome? You think it would have saved him?
I don't know about save. Only God could save. But yeah. I think I would at least had like, because I even told him at least when I left, like, you're always able to come by my house and talk to me.
Yeah.
I told him that. And he said, okay, but I never seen him again after that.
That's wild, man. You see, that's why, bro, that in that moment right there, you're like, man, if I'd have just done that shit differently, maybe, just maybe, he would have shown up that day. Or I would have seen him again after that day.
Man, if he ever does see this, man, I hope he's still alive. He can always come by the house.
If he's still alive out there,
brother, man.
Davion, if you're still alive out there, man, the one that's missing, and hopefully you are, you see this, there you go. He's saying you're still able to reach out, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. Even if the opportunity came again, like
your bright side is you don't know if he passed away or not, bro. That's the good news, right?
Well, I mean,
there's still a chance to write or at least reach out and try to help him.
That's true.
You still have that option.
That's
right?
true. It'd just be a hassle trying to find him.
It would be. You gotta start, but man, just I guess keep an open mind, and if he ever shows up, you know exactly how you're gonna treat him, right?
Yeah.
How you gonna approach it? Or how you gonna address it?
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
My version, man, real quick. Mine's not gonna take too long. Actually, we can wrap right now after this. Mine's actually gonna be quick, guys, because honestly, I feel like mine's very, very similar to SlideShow's. With me, honestly, like I would go back to the same time frame. It's crazy how he dealt with this in the same year, because I too had a friend that I went and hung out with a lot. You know, he wasn't the best looking dude. You know, man, he was a goofy looking guy, and for the sake of privacy and his family and all that, we're gonna call him Magellan. And that was a nickname that his boys and people that worked out with him gave him. You know, kind of a goofy guy, not the most popular dude on the block. You know what I'm saying? Not the best with women, looks wise. You could tell bro was a little more of a nerdy side than having an idea of what to wear, how to dress, how to smell good. All that stuff is important, obviously. Not saying that he stunk or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But bro was just he came off more like a geek. You know what I'm saying? Kind of rude to women sometimes, unintentionally. But he did get girls. He did get women. He did get them, and they weren't bad looking. Anyway, long story short, bro struggled with women, and my current girlfriend Duchess knows about this gentleman. She knew him as well. A friend of mine. He used to call her homegirl. It's funny, man. He's just goofy, bro. A goofy dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, God rest his soul. Unfortunately, this guy did pass away, and the story gets dark because he took his own life. Unfortunately, and that's why I said my story correlates with yours, because this gentleman, I saw it before it happened, man. He was struggling with women, bro. He put too much on women as far as like what made him happy. He bet a lot on it with them. Loved the Lord though. His Instagram was called, probably shouldn't put it out there, but he loved the Lord. That's all I'm going to tell you. It correlated with God a lot. His Instagram posts, his name alone on there was just devoted to God, man. And he let women just kind of help determine what his output would be as far as, being happy, man. It's sad, bro. He wanted a wife so bad, or a girl that was supportive so bad that, because his women were very, it was very scarce for him, right? So when he had one, he wanted to do his best to keep her, right? Well, long story short, he got cheated on a couple of times. And the first time I saw a red flag of this was when he got a phone call. I got back in the car with him. I had just left being with my girlfriend at the time. Well, girlfriend is still my girlfriend now. It's crazy how that works. Her and I ended up together. But anyway, back then we dated the first time. I get in the car and he's like, fuck, not again. I'm like, you all right, man? He's just like, no, man. He's like, fucking tired of this shit. Throws his phone down. They're always doing this shit to me. They're using me for my money, because bro made money, man. He was trying to be a sheriff, and he had some money coming in from different things he was doing. His dad's a sheriff currently. And long story short, they're with him for all the wrong reasons, man. He's like, they're always using me. They're going around like he said all the girlfriends cheated on him. All the girlfriends fucked the guys behind his back. Bro had it tough, man. And if you saw him, you'd be like, no, it sucks to say this, but in our society now, that it would make sense. Like, you're a goofy looking nerdy dude that,
yeah.
Of course you're going to go fuck another guy, right? But it's like, have a heart, man. Bottom line, he took his life because, and I'm going to put this out there, and it's sad. I mean, I say this with all due respect. If his family ever sees this, you guys, I loved your son. Great. I loved your brother, cousin, whoever it is that might see this. But Jalen was a good guy, man. He had a good heart at the end of the day, and unfortunately took his life because a girl left him that he really loved. Because I had heard about it briefly before, like, man, this one's awesome, dude. I think she might be the one. I feel great about her. Then all of a sudden, I don't hear from bro for a while. I'm like, oh, he must have went and got married or something, man. I haven't heard from this dude in a minute. So cool.
Thinking the best for him.
Thinking the best for him, right? Yeah. I'm like, oh, well, you know what? I'm gonna leave him alone. Cool. He found the one finally. Maybe I'll get invited to the wedding. That's where my headspace was.
Right.
Then I'm on Facebook one day in 2017.
Just randomly, right?
Randomly scrolling, and I see a GoFundMe with his face on it for him. So I clicked it, and I was in a little bit of disbelief when I first saw it. I was like, there's no way this is real. Someone got a fucked up sense of humor. Like, what is this shit?
So you completely disregarded
at first.
Okay.
And then when I started to read and I saw his sister's posts, I was like, oh, this shit is real.
That's how you know it's valid when the family.
Yeah, when you start seeing family play, they ain't playing. So no one's that cold or dark. When I got to the bottom of it, man, and I spoke to his family, his sister had revealed to me that he had took his own life, man. I guess it got to the point where I don't know if he was drunk or he was sober when he made this decision. I'm not too sure, but I know he got into a big-ass argument with the girl and told her, well, if you do leave me, I'm just going to end it all. Like, putting that pressure on her, and she was like, what? Yeah, fuck it. You do this to me, I'm just done. I'll give up on life. I'm fucking tired of going through this every single time with every woman. You want to leave me? Fine. I'm fucking leaving this earth, too. Had his gun. I think he had a Beretta or a 9mm, whatever it was. Told her that. She obviously called the cops, said, hey, I think he's going to hurt himself. You guys need to go to his house, talk him out of this, or see if you can help. His dad being a sheriff, I'm sure they responded pretty quickly. They didn't let his dad respond because it's his dad. They didn't want him to see his son like this, right? So when the sheriffs got there, this is the version I was told. Bro came out in the front yard, the gun in his hand, and was just like waving around. They're like, drop the gun. What would your dad think? What are you doing, man? You're trying to be one of us. Like, what are you doing?
They actually should have let his dad respond.
They should have let his dad come. I agree.
They should. Like,
that's what I heard.
Who else would have talked him off the ledge?
Exactly. Like, come on now. But he's like, no, fuck it. You know, they'll understand when this finally happens. They'll know why it happened.
He said his dad don't understand, right?
Bro put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger on the front lawn, man. In front of the cops, in front of the sheriffs, to try to talk him out of it. Imagine having to tell your friend that. I just saw your son kill himself, man, on your front lawn.
Imagine.
He had to come home to that, bro. It's heavy, man. And why did I choose this story? Because, you guys, it fucked me up because I could tell he just wanted a friend, man. I remember he came over one time.
Or a companion.
A companion, bro. He did. He just wanted a really good friend that loved him, man. And I know, I could tell. So I told him I want to get in shape. I want to have this. Bro could run forever. I need your running stamina, man. I told him that. It would pump him up to make him feel good to hear someone tell him, hey, man, I wish I had what you had. It sure wasn't looks, you know what I'm saying? But just your running stamina. Right. I think it made him feel good to hear somebody else tell him, you have a trait that I desire, bro, to hype him up. Yeah. He never gets that. You know what I'm saying? So this was a beautiful thing in a sense because, you know, I was not just being a friend of bro. I was helping bro be what he was, man. But anyway, yeah, long story short, guys, if I feel like what I should have done is I should have just, maybe if I would have reached out more, I could have helped save his life, man.
Hey, you ever wonder what happened to Christians that commit suicide? You ever wonder?
And he's a Christian. That's the crazy part. I don't know, man. I hope he made it to. He loved God, bro.
I think that's.
I don't know, man. I hope, bro.
Hey,
I hope God saw.
I think God just uses wisdom because you could be a Christian. You know, Christians make mistakes, but then again, somebody would bring up that because I've argued this a couple times.
Do you think he's in? I don't want to say it, bro. I hope not, man. That's terrible.
No, I think every case is different.
Hey, he's a creator. Who's to say he didn't say, I understand. Come home. You know what I'm saying? Who are we to say no, right? He's God.
See, because then also Samson in the Bible, he said, let me die with the Philistines, and he knocked the pillars over, and everybody, including himself, died. So that's suicide too.
Yeah, it is.
So, I mean, if he made it, I don't know. But that would be my argument of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think.
Wow, right?
That's like special people.
Yeah.
That can't account for themselves. Like, did they make it in or not? You think they'd have to, or else like what kind of God would that be?
Exactly. And I know that he knew that he loved him. I knew that he knew that he followed him, bro. He did it intensely, man. I don't think that was just for show. I think it's because he felt God's love and fell in love with God's love, which is beautiful. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Right. You
don't think that he's gonna you really think he's gonna turn his back on a soul like that? I don't. I refuse to believe that. It's not the God we serve, man. If he was on fire for the Lord, bro, and had a massive shortcoming, you think he's gonna be like, go to hell? I don't think so, bro. I just don't see it, man. It don't make sense.
See it either.
Right? I don't know.
I don't see it either.
I like to believe bro is in heaven and he's in harmony with the Lord, man. I really believe that. I'm sure God is sad about, hey, you're here a little early. It's not what I wanted for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I had plans for you.
But some people just, they don't know how to cope with the struggle. Some people.
He was one of them, man. He struggled with that.
Some people can. Some people figure out how to. Some people struggle with it, and eventually, but others they just can't.
And we can't look. You know why we have a hard time understanding it? Because you and I never struggled with women. That was a struggle that you and I cannot to this day relate to. You don't have a kid and family like I do. I'm a girl, kids, a girl that's loyal to me. He never had that. You having a roster? He doesn't know what that is, bro. Oh. He never even had a fucking starter, let alone a roster. You know what I'm saying? He had nobody on the bench.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't even have an everyday starter. He didn't even, let alone have a girl on the bench. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it like that, but that's feel, bro. That's real. So imagine a person like that, man. We'll never be able to understand his struggle when it comes to that because we never struggled with it.
Yeah,
that's going to show you all walks of life, man. That's why they say, you ever seen show love to those, or show love to everybody because you really don't know what they're going through.
Hey,
you don't know, man.
Hey, I'm going to say this and I'm going to say this and I'm going to stop.
We'll wrap right now, yeah.
But that's true, man. You know how many, you know what? I don't know if we used it as a current event. No, we didn't. We didn't use it as a current. This is before we started doing current events.
Okay.
But I don't want to tell no story. But the long story short, this guy shot up this. I think he was working at CVS.
Yeah.
He came and shot up CVS because his coworkers were messing with him for a long time. And he tried to get them to stop, and they wouldn't. And bro just got tired of it. Shot up CVS.
Damn.
He went specifically for the people that
harmed him or hurt him the worst, right? Or
and he
dealt him the wrong.
He was the way that the survivors were telling the story. He was finding everybody's side of the spot.
Damn.
And that nigga was passing through like the spirit of death. Like and she
had a mark on your head.
He found her. And he said, "What are you doing? Go home." Like he told her to get up and run out of the place because he about to finish what he came to do. I was like, "Damn!"
See, but he let the one that was cool with him go. Like, he let her I got nothing against you. Yeah, I'm not gonna hurt you.
You've always been kind of like hurry up, get out of here, like rapidly.
That's crazy. You know, that's how you know it was predetermined or premeditated. Premeditated first because you're like, I have targets in mind. Yeah. I'm not about to hurt someone that was cool with me this whole time. No,
but he had his mind made up. He took out, and that's the crazy thing because there was other people there when it was done inside. Yeah. But he only went specifically for the people that was on his list.
I believe it.
And then once that, and then bro took himself. And then I'm like, hey.
That's wild.
You know, okay, yeah. I'm a wrap though.
You guys, thank you guys again for tuning in this week. We're going to wrap it right now just because SlideShow's got to dip out. We had a good time, you guys, as always. It was a beautiful episode. It was a really nice little pocket, real quick. We'll have that current event for you guys next episode.
And thanks closing remarks?
Closing remarks? Yeah, go ahead, bro. What you got?
I would say always capture the moment. These are irreplaceable moments. You never know when is your last moment.
Cherish
so always live and be in the moment. So
I like that.
And always cherish those around you and be kind to others.
Always.
Even if they're not kind to you. Always.
Amen to that, brother. No, of course. I like that. Okay. I like it. Nice sentimental. It's going to be hard for me to match that. But anyway, for me, man, as far as I go, same thing. I'm going to double down on what SlideShow said. Just you don't know what anybody's going through around you guys. Show some love, heart. Always respect others around you as they'll give it to you. Delve the same respect you want to get back. And just show love, man. Because at the bottom line, not to sound like a fucking echo, you don't know what they're going through, man. There's nothing really else I can add to that because it's true.
No, that's all you need to say.
That's it. That's what this episode pretty much going to wrap on as far as that we both were. It's crazy how we both chose a situation where we felt like we could have saved somebody had we done a little bit more.
Mm.
So since
you can never do enough.
Exactly. So I'm going to leave it with this, guys, and we're going to wrap right here. If you have an opportunity to help somebody that's dealing with suicidal thoughts or even in just struggling in any way that you would think it might lead to that, and you have an opportunity to step in and try to help save that person, do it.
Do it.
Don't hesitate. Do it. If there's one thing you learned from us today, don't hesitate like we did. I'll see him next time.
Right.
I'll see him next time. Right? Next time ain't promise for nobody, bro.
Right.
Thank you guys very much. This has been Timeless Talk. Shout out to our supporters out there. YouTube, the audio directories, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Love y'all. Thank you guys. We'll be soon to be on Rumble. See you guys soon. See you next week.
Shout out to JJ.
Shout out to JJ on this beat. Is one of SlideShow's favorites. We also introed and outroed this episode on this beat. See what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank you. It's been Timeless Talk.